Hi there, and thanks for joining us. Pilots from Spangdahlem Air Base in Germany wrapped up a 2-week exercise in Romania. During the exercise, F-16s practiced putting bombs on target. Staff Sergeant Laura Holzer takes us to the bombing range for the story.
F-16s from Spangdahlem are bombing Russian vehicles at a Romanian bombing range. But don't expect to hear a big boom from these munitions.
Instead of explosives, it's filled with concrete. So you basically get the exact same drop characteristics. For the pilot, that's good because they know exactly how a bomb's going to drop when it's the real deal.
Staff Sergeant Livas and Airman First Class James Wagnile make sure the Romanian officer in charge can understand the pilots.
Number 2, clear hot.
With the Romanian and U.S. airmen working together on the range, it helps both countries train together and practice what they do best, putting bombs on target. Staff Sergeant Laura Holzer, Mihail Coganecianu Air Base, Romania.
While those pilots were in Romania putting bombs on target, airmen from Spangdahlem were at home also training. Staff Sergeant Sumoy Ruiz shows us how they prepared for an upcoming deployment.
Security forces led Spangdahlem's 2-day combat training for more than 400 troops deploying downrange. The training included rifle fighting, vehicle searches, and the high and low crawl. The training puts troops face-to-face with real-world scenarios.
There you go. Get some. Come on.
We trained on rifle combat training for deployment in the situation that you are unable to fire a weapon or if you run out of ammunition.
Fired up and rearing to go, Spangdahlem Sabres not only received the training they'll need, they got a taste of getting down and dirty. Staff Sergeant Sumoy Ruiz, Spangdahlem Air Base, Germany.
For more on today's top stories, log on to Air Force Link. It's been a little more than a year since Hurricane Katrina struck the Gulf Coast. For one family from Keesler Air Force Base in Mississippi, Katrina's anniversary is a reason to celebrate. Tech Sergeant Joy Josephson explains.
The Post family, like many other families along the Gulf Coast, lived through Hurricane Katrina. But their Katrina story is unlike any other. Sage Post came into the world at the same time Hurricane Katrina came ashore.
They had me restrained. They had 2 people restrain me, and they had like a blanket or something over me so I couldn't see what was going on, so I wouldn't be even more freaked out. They did it really fast. It didn't take long at all. That way they were trying to be quick so that I wouldn't get an infection.
Sage was a healthy, almost 9-pound baby. Not many folks knew about the drama surrounding her arrival until a few months later, when Stephanie was able to share their story.
I wanted to thank everyone who helped us, and I didn't get a chance because, I didn't get to come back for 2 months.
Today, the Post family life is back to normal, but August 29th will always mean 2 things for this family. The anniversary of one of the country's worst natural disasters, and the birth of their second child. Tech Sergeant Joy Josephson, Keesler Air Force Base, Mississippi.
Airmen in Japan have been practicing their skills day and night. Petty Officer Felicito Rastique shows us what these airmen do after dark.
It's almost midnight, but Senior Airman Armando Ramirez from 35th AMXS knows his job on the ground is still not done. He needs to fill out paperwork and perform routine maintenance checks. These actions, along with others, are all part of the recovery process once a fighter jet has landed. With the help of other fellow airmen, Ramirez and the grounds crew tow the F-16 back into its hangar bay. The process requires someone to be in the cockpit, someone on each side of the plane, and of course a driver. Because many real-world missions take place in the dark, training at night is just as important as training in the day. Airmen must be able to do their job no matter what time it is. I'm Petty Officer Felicito Rastique, Misawa Air Base, Japan.
For Around the Air Force, I'm Tech Sergeant Michael Knoll. Thanks for joining us.